City.
Scranton?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Lehigh Valley isn't that far away.
Yeah.
That's a weird area.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
We stopped there. We went to a Big K. They had a Big K across the street from a Walmart superstore. So we were really out there.
Yeah. If we got any Lehigh Valley fans out there, please go out in your town, smash some windows at local businesses, write Cumtown rules, fucking write Jim's a faggot, all over, just everywhere.
Yeah.
Please destroy his
Jim's a faggot.
fuck.
I love that, dude. One of our fans just are fucking just causing civil unrest in their dumb.
There's a fucking fire in Easton, Pennsylvania that burns down the whole town. They told me to do it. I was just doing what they said on a podcast.
Oh, fuck. I would love to have like those fucking hearings. We go in like Twisted Sister or whatever about like being influencing
like
the youth. Like we just like Tipper Gore.
Yeah, you can't censor podcasts.
Because it's art. Censor. It's art. What we do is art.
Yeah.
We're Twisted Sister, and we're singing some of the most twisted lyrics, like about not going to take it.
Yeah, not taking it.
Remember that?
Some of the most dangerous lyrics.
Remember that James Vance guy? No, that story, the kid that fucking put a shotgun under his chin because
Ozzy, right? Was it Ozzy?
it's a priest.
Oh, Priest. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ugh, what a bad band to die for.
Well, to die for maybe, but Judas Priest fucking rules.
Rob Halford, dude.
Yeah, Priest.
He's
is great.
hilarious. I think we've talked about that already.
What?
I think he's just gay as hell.
Yeah.
And, like all metal is like he's just gay as shit.
Yeah. You take a man and put him inside your body. And people are like, yeah, it probably means like with a sword. This kid's fucking badass, this dude.
You guys have seen Heavy Metal Parking Lot, obviously, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like Maryland trash that are just like, it's like filmed at Merriweather Post Pavilion.
Oh, really?
In the parking lot of a pre-show in the 80s.
Yeah,
it's just some of the best Maryland accents out there. Yeah.
There's this girl, she's like, I'm from Glen Burnie. And they're like, what would you do if Rob Halford was here right now? She's like, I'd probably jump his bones.
I jump his bones. Yeah, that's a big one. Also, this dude with like a terrible mullet, like peach fuzz mustache, is like with his girlfriend, and they start making out. Then he looks at the camera. He's like, "I'm going to the army next week. I'm 18 years old," and she's like, "I'm 13."
Holy shit, that's incredible.
I jump his bones.
When two men are in love with each other. Like, hell yeah, dude. He means like brothers in arms. That's what he means. And then I found out I was HIV positive. That means like hell, inferno, fucking virus, dude. Well, that means like it's something badass is what he's talking about. You have to understand the nuance of metal lyrics. It sure makes you think. That's why I like metal instead of punk rock. You know?
Yeah, the layers.
Yeah.
The layers.
Because it's about being pissed off, but instead of hating your dad, you get along with him and work on the car together. That's what metal's about, dude.
My fucking dude, my cousin in Greece listened to the fucking corniest metal bands because Greece, I guess there's just no higher, like you just listen to all of it. He listened to some fucking band called Halloween. It was like the name of the band was just a Halloween hell pun. It was just fucking brutal. Iced Earth was another one. I don't know what that even meant.
One time when I was abroad, there was this Russian dude that came up to me on a bus, and he's like, now tell me something. I have a question for you. And I was like, okay. It's like, are you a metalist? And I was like, a metalist?
A mentalist.
He's like, that's what I thought at first. I was like, a mentalist? He's like, a metalist. Do you like Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Rob Zombie? And I was like, oh, do I like metal?
That's what they call them, medalists.
Are you a medalist?
I'm gonna
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
My dad told me this story about flying back from. We were talking about how Australians are racist and how it's like sort of jarring because you're like, oh no, only Americans are racist. We're terrible people.
Right.
And he was flying from from Australia, and on the plane next to him was an Australian guy. No, sorry, he was flying to Australia, and there was an Australian guy flying back to Australia sitting next to him. He's like, yeah, just had a holiday here in the States. You going to Australia? You know, and he's like, yeah, haven't been before. He's like really excited. He's like, yeah, this is my first time in America. And then my dad's like, oh, cool, did you like it? And he's like, well, I'll tell you, you got a lot of niggers in America. Like,
Jesus.
like, on the plane. He's like, can I move? Can I move seats?
There are so many Australians in New York City because apparently what happened was because they supported George Bush in like the war on terror.
Yeah.
They got like this visa deal where they can like young Australians can like travel here and like get visas pretty easily for like a year or whatever. And so the other day I was on the train. It was like I was going to work. It was like 9:30. There were these two Australian girls that looked like shit, and one of them was like, "Yeah, like I took heaps of Molly last night. Heaps of Molly." I was like, what?
I loved watching the Olympics and just pretending to be a racist Australian and doing commentary about like watching
what the hell is that?
like the basketball teams playing each other. Like, hey, look at these bad beans. These grabbing all the rebounds.
I actually
big monkey hands. Well, how you gonna compete with that?
Yeah, they're great.
They got fast twitch muscle.
Yeah. You got an extra muscle, don't they?
I would love to fuck an Australian woman.
Why? Because she's a woman?
So she puke on you afterwards.
I want to hear that dumb voice. I got head in a field this weekend.
That's
actually.
what I'm talking
That sounds
about.
like a Terrence Malick movie.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I just didn't have. I was splitting a hotel room with Bobby Kelly. I was on the road in Vermont with, and I didn't have anywhere to just fuck this girl from Tinder. So we just
So
like
you
laid-
committed the crime from A Time to Kill?
yeah, exactly. We were just fucking picked a grassy ass knoll
Who
by
sucked
a
your
lake.
dick? Matthew Shepard?
Yeah, it was Matthew Shepard.
Oh my god, Nick.
It was great, dude. I loved.
Out in a field, huh?
Out in the middle of the field, people are walking. It's by a lake. I'm on all fours eating pussy. There's like wind blowing in my ass. It was fucking just whistling in.
Wait, you were completely nude eating
I had-
pussy in a field?
My dick was out. My boxers were out. So yeah, I just kind of.
That's such a hilarious mental image.
Just wind blowing into your ass.
Imagine you're like
eating
you're
pussy.
just on a nature walk, and you're like, yeah, we should walk outside more. Oh my god, we are never going outside again.
If you want to know what it looks like, listeners, for Stop to be naked in a field with wind blowing into his asshole on all fours, you can go to @StaviBaby
That's right.
on
My
Instagram.
I just put out a nice pic of my ass, my ass looking real good on a ladder. @StaviBaby. But yeah, it was really it was wild.
So was this girl Australian or
no, just a girl that I had sex with. Yeah, from Vermont.
a real waltzing Matilda? They call it.
Is that what they're called?
That's their national anthem, which I thought was just like a song that they like.
In Australia?
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the national anthem.
Waltzing Matilda.
I know they love that song.
That's not the national anthem.
It's true. Do you know the national anthem of Boston is Sweet Caroline by Mr. Neil Diamond?
I told Evan Williams that the Carolines Comedy Club was a Neil Diamond themed comedy club. And that's why there's like diamonds behind the stage. And he was like, shut up, dude. Really? And I was like, yeah, man. And he was like, all right. He like believed me. And I told him I was kidding, and he got very angry.
It is weird when people believe a dumb troll.
Oh yeah. When I was like 20, I had on my Facebook page, it said I was like a widower, and there was these two dumbass girls. This girl Eva, she was like, "Hey, do you mind if I just ask you what happened?" And you know, I mean, I'm a fucking idiot now,
Of
but
course.
me at 20, like, I mean, I'm trying to compare myself to then as if really anything's changed. But like, you know, basketball shorts, and I'm pretty sure I used to just shave my head, and I had a dollar
You're
sign.
literally wearing basketball shorts right now.
I had a dollar sign shaved into the back of my head.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and
What? So you're cooler.
well,
basically.
I would just do shit like that while I was drunk.
Yeah.
You know, fucking just drunk constantly. And so I'm sitting there, and she's like, you know, with your wife that died. And I was like, oh, yeah, my wife who died. Yeah, her name was Skyla Dust. And she was stung to death by bees. And she was like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yep. Can't be around bees anymore. And I told her and this other girl, and they both believed me. And then fucking Cubis was like, you believe that shit, you fucking idiot?
Yeah.
And then she was like, why did you lie to me? It's like, because you believed it. That's not my fault.
because it was fun.
You believe something like that?
When you first moved to Baltimore, I remember you pretended you had a son.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, that was just like a Facebook joke.
Right.
And then a bunch of people took it seriously. I told people I had a son.
Yeah, I remember. What was the guy's name?
Ronaldo Fink.
Ronaldo Fink Mullen.
Yeah.
I feel like that kid sort of became Nicole Mullen's kid.
Yeah, sort of. It's funny to have like a kid that you don't take care of.
And then the best part, when he died, I remember he linked to, what was that fucking song? R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. We just killed the club.
You're like, my son, my baby boy. You fucking wrote this like 2-paragraph thing about your son dying, and then you linked to R.I.P.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
And people were giving you sincere like sorrow, like fucking apologetic messages. What the
Yeah,
fuck word
people
am I
are
looking for?
retarded,
It
dude.
was so funny.
But that was
People are
before.
so
That was
dumb.
before I had a big internet presence. So like people didn't know.
Yeah.
Half my Facebook friends were like people who didn't fucking know me.
I remember people at open mics would be like, God, it's terrible what happened to Nick's son. And I was like, what? You know him
How
in
does that
person.
work?
You know he doesn't
Yeah.
have a fucking son. He's drunk always. He's fucking just drunk driving every night to the apartment where he lives with a fucking
my car.
raped clown. You think he's got a child somewhere?
And then I said he died in a beer fire. There was no investigation. Tom Myers, when I went to go to that album recording of his,
Oh, yes.
I saw him and he was like, you know, eating his free meal, and he's like, "Oh, congratulations on your son, by the way." I was like, "Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it." You
Fuck.
want to be his godfather?
That would be awesome.
Old Tommy Two Myes.
Fuck.
Tommy Ermai.
I need an update on Tom Myers. I got to go back to Baltimore.
Yeah, dude, I
Check up
emailed
on
him.
him.
I was like, "Will you do my podcast? I promise I won't make fun of you."
What did he say?
No, he didn't respond.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
I can ask him too.
I'll ask him. I won't tell him it's your podcast.
Yeah, of course. I would never.
He'd probably do it if
I don't know why he's fucking mad at me. I didn't make fun of him any more than anyone else did.
He literally does not know that everyone makes fun of him. Like he thinks,
No, there's no way he could keep
He's
going.
he's like Mr. Magoo, but for opinions.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, no.
Tommy.
One of my favorite Tom Myers moments is we were at EJ's Landing.
Hell
and
yes.
He's doing some bit about like how the Orioles suck. And these two guys are like, "Yeah, you want to get out of here?" And they're just like casually take off. He's like, "Oh yeah, you can't take it, huh?" You can't he's like, they're just like walking out.
Dude.
Like, "Come outside."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you can't criticize everybody's team. I understand that. Well, you're just fucking cowards or whatever." And then outside, we were like later that night, we were talking about joke theft, which I feel like if you started comedy in 2005, 2006, that's all you cared about the first 6 months in comedy.
I do remember for some reason starting out and being
Fucking hacks,
terrified.
dude. You know who
someone
I
was gonna
hate
steal my shit.
is hacks. Hacks are the fucking. Then I'm going up. It's like, what if you like fingered a baby? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Awful garbage
I had a
material.
joke. I was afraid people would steal my shit, and one of my jokes was like, I knew I was getting fatter when I started having trouble wiping my own ass. And then I was like, yeah, a couple months ago, maybe I wasn't in the best shape, but my asshole was incredibly clean. That was the joke.
Yeah.
That was like my big... And
That
I had
was
a
a
big,
closer?
Like, yeah, that was like a big. It was a tent pole in the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
God, that was so. Dude, I have a fucking from EJ's Landing. I have a hilarious Tom Myers thing. I was in a contest there. There was just this terrible seafood restaurant where Irwin. We haven't talked about Irwin at all.
Oh my God,
Who
dude.
is a fucking
That's
gold
gonna be
mine.
the next half of the podcast.
Yeah.
That should be.
But-
yeah.
So it was it's this terrible seafood restaurant that was an open mic and they would run contests.
Are you good to talk for a second if I go get a coffee?
Yeah, sure.
Nick, can you pour me like 2 sips?
So I'm in this contest and Tom Myers is on it too, and my little brothers come to see me, and my little brother Nick just does an incredible black guy impression. Like he has like every register of black guy. Like he does a great James Brown. He does just like a great like and so Tom Myers, I go up by whatever, and OK said I'm 6 months into comedy or whatever.
Right.
Then Tom Myers goes up and he's just doing like jokes about Vietnam. Like he's doing jokes about like Charlie and the Trees and just like the classic Tom Myers bits. And my little brother starts going like, "Oh hell no!" Just like as a black guy, he just starts going like, "No, thank you." Just heckling him as a black person for some reason. I guess probably being racist, but just like, and Tom is like a little flustered, and to the point where I have to tell him, "Please, Nick, you gotta stop doing this.
Yeah.
Like, someone's gonna come see, and it's gonna be like, I brought the guy heckling, Anyway, so we do this fucking so we do the contest is over. Tom bombs because my brother is heckling him as a black person, and he's got his jokes or whatever. So then I go up to him just like kind of making small talk, and I'm like, "Oh, Tom, this was I was like, "Oh yeah, there's kind of whatever the crowd stuff," and he's like, "Dude, these fucking urban crowds." Smart material.
He was talking about your brother.
These urban crowds, smart material goes right over their heads. It was just my brother doing a black guy voice heckling him. It wasn't that any it wasn't like black people didn't get his fucking Vietnam jokes. It's like warmed over Bill Hicks shit.
It wasn't even like urban crowds.
There was no black people there. It was my brother doing a black guy voice, and that's how racist he was that he couldn't even just admit he was bombing. It was a 16-year-old white child going like,
Yeah, well,
of course.
yeah, so Tom that night, we were outside talking about Joke Theft, and he goes, luckily I don't have to worry about that because no one will touch my material with a 10-foot pole. And he says it with this like, no one has the courage
right.
to do his to do his Kennedy stuff. Which Tom, you were born in 1983.
Yeah.
What do you give a shit about?
No, he was born in like, he's not.
No,
He's not that much older than us, dude. No.
He's. I remember when I was 17, Tom was like 24.
I don't know.
So he's got to be 34 now.
I think he might be maybe a scunch younger, but I don't know.
Okay, I'm 21 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, I'm 19 and a half.
So we're all 17-year-old guys.
Yeah.
Just young comics.
Have we said
the
that
highest
to the
T
listeners?
we're ever gonna? Oh yeah, I don't think they know we're all 17.
we're all
We're at our sexual peaks.
Yeah, we're at our. We love fucking right now. We come immediately.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
And,
I can't get enough.
I'm never not coming. I'm always secreting a little bit of jizz.
Yeah,
Every second of the day.
that's how dogs fuck. You know that?
I did not know.
Dogs don't bust. They're leaking cum.
They're constantly coming.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I love
You ever
it.
see a turtle's dick?
No.
It opens up. The whole front end opens up like a
Like a Venus flytrap?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
does it taste?
Have you seen an elephant stick before?
No.
Their penises are prehensile.
Yeah, dolphins too.
Yeah, so they can move in they're like trunks. They can move in like different directions.
Have a dick that does
And
that.
elephants jerk off, but they obviously don't have hands, so they just fling
beat
their
it against
dicks
their stomach. Yeah.
into their stomachs until they blast.
Incredible. That's
Me and my
awesome.
friend Max were looking at videos of elephants having
You remember
sex
that
on
Jackass? Maybe it was Wild Boys, or I think it was Jackass too, where they just drink a horse's cum.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's not.
It's not a prank.
YouTube. Oh, half of it isn't.
Well, there was
pranks.
also
Yeah.
the one thing where they just Bam like got a gold dildo rammed up his ass really fast, and it was like that's just gay porn. That's not even. That's a specific kind of gay porn. That's solo gay porn.
I love Jackass, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I will
Party
never
Boy?
laugh at anything in as authentic a way as I laugh at Jackass.
Those guys are so cool.
Yeah.
They're the coolest guys.
They're
They're like
so
us
cool.
if, we were less
Intellectual.
good at talking,
Yeah.
saying shit and fucking
and knowing politics.
yeah.
We're
And
smart
the
and being
news,
handsome
yeah.
and shit.
But we're also as brave as those guys.
Yeah. Well, in a different way. The way we
I
stand
mean,
up
I
to
would do any of
oppression.
that. Honestly, my main gripe with Jackass is that, it's like boring. I would do all that stuff. I would do all this. I wouldn't even think to film it because it's like, this is just me.
I do
Yeah.
it for
This is me being real.
It's a
dude.
lifestyle.
yeah.
It's not like for
Yeah.
cameras or.
I just do that
putting-
shit to show girls how strong I am.
Well, yeah, of course.
My
they're
favorite thing-
they're dumb, and you have to prove it to them
Oh yeah,
with
that's
extreme
so true.
sports.
Well, or you can prove it by just putting a little mouse costume on your dick and having a snake bite it.
That's
the
such a
funniest-
funny bit.
That was so fucking.
Where they tied the string so it was like a marionette. Yeah, that shit is so funny. Honestly, like the way you laugh at that is
Oh yeah.
that's not the same as like seeing a good set.
That and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Borat
Going to a
the first
stand-up
time.
show.
It's so fucking funny.
It's-
That's why the MDE
It's
show
a
is funny.
visceral laughter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
World
it's
Peace
the
is
same
funny.
thing.
When Sam's like answering that door, and they're like the thing BuzzFeed got mad about, they're like, he's in blackface, and it's like, yeah, and he's got gold boogers. It's so funny.
The American Idol
choices.
sketch is like
yeah.
I almost pissed my pants. I was laughing
Nick is
so
when
hard.
Nick is like, wow, I just hear your voice, so I'm like, this person's gonna make a lot of fucking money one day.
They make that one girl like sing for 4 hours. She sings literally every song she knows. She's like on Happy Birthday by the end. She's just run out of songs. They just like make her. There's just this. Oh my god. Yeah, it's. I mean, we've probably talked about it before.
Gentlemen, don't panic, but I think there is a rat or mouse in the apartment.
Oh,
nice.
You keep seeing it
What
dart
the fuck
around.
is your dumbass cat
I don't know,
doing?
sitting on the table.
Dude, there's a fucking
Go
mouse.
get-
Go get
Go
it.
eat that
Go
shit.
kill.
Eat it.
You fucking threw up last time, bitch. Go get a fucking mouse.
There's a mouse over
Just
there.
fucking kill the mouse, you stupid
This cat
bitch.
sucks, dude. This cat sucks.
It's not, folks. This cat is garbage.
Fuck the cat.
Fuck this cat. That
if it-
cat kills. Amber's bringing the killing cat.
There you go. It's over here somewhere.
Come on.
Yo, there's a killing cat? Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the all white one.
Adam,
What's that cat's
The
name?
white soldier, the white knight.
alt white. It's a Jew mouse.
It's the cat's name is Rommel,
Yeah.
the desert
Londa.
fox.
It could be just me having like fucking weird shit going on.
No,
in
I
my
think I
house.
saw something pop
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
That's
Folks, we got a Muslimic style mouse. A very Islamified mouse. In the Quran.
Quranic.
It's called the Quranic verses. Now, it's poetry, so you know it's gay. That's the thing about the Quran that they
Yeah.
don't tell you. The best is non-military guys that say moosh.
I've never come across
It's like,
Moosh.
yeah, you don't hear moosh?
No. What's Moosh? That's
It's
supposed
like
to be
mujahideen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Mujahideen. What a great name.
So what else do we got, folks? What movies have you guys seen lately?
I've watched I went to a bachelor party this weekend. I watched my friends all of his favorite movies. And he's like literally the most annoying person to watch movies with because he memorizes movies, and then he has like factoids that he comes in with like on a schedule. We watched Clueless last night when he was
Clueless?
Yeah, he was high on drugs.
What
and
kind of
we
drugs?
watched Bad Drugs and
Nice.
that we bought from a cab driver. We were in a cab and this guy pulls into a gas station, just runs out. We're like 11 dudes, or like not 11, I guess 10 dudes in like a big van just sitting in a gas station parking lot. He comes back, he's like, yeah, I saw someone that owed me money. Sorry about that. And we're like, anyway, do you know where we can get drugs? So,
Yeah,
anyway,
taxi.
we were watching Clueless last night when he was really, really on drugs, and he was just watching it and then just going, that is a 15-year-old girl. That is a 15-year-old girl, and she's about to fuck. This movie is about children fucking.
Who was 15? Alicia?
She looks so fucking good.
She's not really 15
in
is
that
she?
movie. I think she was 18 when she
Okay,
made that
nice.
movie. I totally
Barely
forgot
legal.
how
You
insanely
remember how
hot
fucking
she is.
hot Tara Reid was?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she looks like garbage.
I'm sure she does.
Nowadays.
But she was
come on,
like
smash.
at such a level of like hot when I was like fucking 12 or whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where it's like,
American Pie.
Oh dude,
Oh
the
my
fucking
God.
the other who's the girl who plays the Russian girl that he
oh, that
doesn't
bitch.
fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
She,
yeah.
I beat off to that
All the time.
Oh yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth.
You know
Fired.
fucking AOL.com.
The sound of like a VHS tape, like just
Yeah.
for that, just to see those titties
dude,
over and over again.
those titties were bonkers.
I want to have these conversations, but with children at bus stops, like teenagers on their way home after school. I'm like, let me tell you, American Pie. I used to beat off my dick every single day after school. Where are you kids?
Jack Lemmon.
You know, there used to be a place called Funko Land. I'd go there sometimes, but mostly what I would do, yeah, it will just turn into
It's
Jack
Jack
Lemmon.
Lemmon.
Hey, you boy, have you boys ever heard of beating off?
But he's not a pedophile. He just wants to fucking educate them.
Just give me a second here. You put your cell phone down. You don't need to call your parents. I'm telling you. This is going to change your life. You have to listen to me. Shelly, is your name Shelly? Are you Shelly? Which one of you is Shelly? Shelly, you pull down your pants, okay? You get some Vaseline. So maybe some of your mommy's lotion from the bathroom. You wrap it around your dick and you just start tugging on that thing like you're trying to rip it off.
Oh fuck. I've beat off to that all the time. I feel like I already said this, but Elijah Dushku in the new guy, there's a bikini scene that
What a retarded movie.
hilarious.
That, like,
Makes
he's
no
going to a
sense.
new school, but we want people to think he's cool, so we're going to turn him into a different kind of faggot.
right.
Instead of a nerd, he's a goth.
yeah. And he's got a big plot point is that his dick is crooked.
What's
Like
the
his
name
dick
of
is
that
90
actor?
degrees. That's how they identify him at the end. You see his dick and it's 90 degrees. And that was the initial incident that gets him so embarrassed he has to leave school. Someone bends his dick. That's the fucking plot of that movie. So then he goes to a different school, becomes a weird guy, whatever he is, and people think he's cool, but
Yeah.
he definitely would have gotten beaten up.
Yeah,
I think it's because Eddie Griffin is like watching out for him or something like that.
I don't remember goths in my high school. I think that like just ended right when I got to high school.
We had goths.
Did you?
Oh yeah, like fucking parachute pants and like
I guess.
Yeah.
suspenders. but, like,
My older
around
stepsister
your-
had friends like that.
Oh man.
And I remember there was a guy that worked at the Cinnabon in Lake Forest Mall that was like full on goth with like the white eye contacts and black hair and the giant boots, but then like the Cinnabon hat. Welcome to Cinnabon. It's like such a fucking bizarre thing.
Yeah, I guess everyone that we didn't have goths, we just had juggalos. Like, because juggalos are just white trash goths, I feel like.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's so we had all the parachute pants and all that shit, but they were all like just a
I had
lot of
one
Glen Burnie,
juggalo.
actually.
There's this kid Phil in my high school who was a juggalo who just used to come up to me and my friend Alex and just be like, "Sig Heil, dude. I think Hitler was good." And we'd be like, "All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me."
Sig Heil, dude.
Like, to
Dude.
fuck with you, to be anti-Semitic?
Yeah, to make
Okay.
us afraid.
How did he ever know you were Jewish?
I can't imagine. Maybe it was my friend wearing a yarmulke in public school. Jesus Christ.
I remember my stepsister
so embarrassing.
dated a guy that brought over like an Insane Clown Posse movie,
Hell yeah.
like a DVD that was like
Yeah.
filled with music videos. I forget what it was, and he like put it on, and I didn't know what Insane Clown Posse was at the time when I was like 15,
Right.
14 or 15 or something. And he was like, "Yeah, this is pretty cool." I'm like, "Is this supposed to be ironic. I don't like.
Right. I do not.
This is really fucking gay.
Yeah, it's not scary.
I don't get what this is. It just baffled me as a concept. Rapping clowns?
It makes
What the
no
fuck?
fucking sense.
It makes zero sense.
Weren't they just shitty Detroit rappers who had to get?
They were,
this
and
was
then
their
they found
gimmick?
that clown gimmick.
And the soda.
Yeah. My
Fago.
ex-girlfriend used to like talk to this guy on AIM, and he was also my friend Andrew's roommate at one point. And this guy, he was a juggalo. Oh man, and I remember his room in their apartment. I went into his room one time in their apartment, and all he had was a fucking mattress on the floor, like 4 copies of High Times magazine, and then like a shitty like Sony CD player.
That's awesome.
And that was it. The guy had
Jesus
nothing
Christ.
else.
That's pretty.
And he was like 24 years old.
Oh my god.
Damn.
How old were you?
I was like 17.
Yeah, and he's hanging out with 17-year-olds.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was my friend's roommate.
Oh, okay. okay.
Yeah. So I was hanging out with my friend.
Gotcha. Oh, you were cool. You were cool.
Yeah, I was real cool, dude. We used to go over to my friend's house to play GameCube and drink beer.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy taxi.
Fuck it, dude. I got a GameCube.
No, we
For
played
real.
Mario Party 4.
On GameCube.
Yeah, and get
Bunch
drunk.
of dudes.
I just remember laughing. So I
It's a
remember.
party, dude.
Yeah, I remember laughing so hard. My friend, one time we were playing Mario Party 4, and then he's like, he's all fucked up. He's like, "Yo, who is this stunting in the red?" With some like painting game, and he tried to get like urban, and like he got upset.
Because he said stunting.
Yeah,
while
he was like,
mad.
"Who's this stunting in the red?" And it's like, we're playing Mario Party.
Yeah.
You taking this so seriously?
It is.
That guy was a nut job. He used to have like a door. I think it was like doors to a closet, like sliding doors. And he took off so he could just punch holes in them when he got angry. And they just like were propped up against the wall.
What a fucking nerd. That
Yeah.
means he didn't punch those holes out of anger. That means he did him to look
Yeah,
cool.
he did. That guy had a temper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, he definitely did it out of anger. But he was like, he had like some weird. His like emotions were always up and down. He was a nut job. He was like one of the funniest guys I used to hang out with. I remember there was one time we were driving somewhere, and I started mooning people outside of like the passenger side, and he thought it was so fucking funny. Like there was this, he had the car, and he was like lining us up with this old black lady. So my ass is like 2 feet away from her face while she's like trying to drive, and Andrew's like dying laughing, and like, you know, gas brakes, and she's trying to speed up, and then he'll speed up. Just keeping my ass like balanced with her face, and he's like crying laughing, and I sit down, and she's like, "I don't want to see your white ass," and I was like, "Oh, sorry," you know. And then she drove off or whatever. But he thought it was like a one thing I did one time, but then he became obsessed with mooning people. So he'd be like, "Mullen, you gotta moon this guy. You gotta fucking moon this guy." I'm like, I don't want to moon this guy or whatever. So then he started
Like every time you hang out.
he made
That's
me
your
like
thing, dude.
drive
That's
him
your thing.
around so he could do it. And then he just like didn't give a shit. You know, we'd be stopped at a red light, and he'd be in the passenger seat, and he'd be like, "Excuse me, sir," and like honking on the horn, and then just stick his ass directly in someone's face, and we'd be sitting there for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if someone mooned you,